Now, some of you might have done kegels for a while, but you are not feeling anything changes or anything is getting better on your pelvic floor, in your prolapse, and you feel like you're still stuck at the same level, but symptoms are not getting better. There is a chance that you are not doing your kegels the right way. Many women make the mistake of clenching too much, and usually this clenching in the butt area, in the pelvic area, is coming from the fear and the shame that they are feeling of something. They are going to do something wrong, or something is going to come out there. You know, when there is this fear, then your body is automatically clenching itself. I can tell an example when my body clenching automatically is usually happening for me in the shoulders, that I'm tensing. And it also happens when I'm biking, because I do bike a lot. Sometimes I'm just tensing because of the traffic, or when you are driving and you are just tensing in the traffic and you are pulling the shoulders up. This is also not good for your shoulders, for your posture. If you are all the time like this when you drive in, or this tensing, we are tensing about something, so you're pulling your shoulders up. This is another reflection of your body being in tense or stress situation. And the same thing can happen in the pelvic area, because you are so afraid right now. You might do something wrong, or might something come out of there. You have put this in your mind, and you constantly clenching your glutes. If this is familiar, the clenching, your glutes are constantly clenched. It might even pair with the shoulder tensing, and you just all the time being in this position, tensing, constantly tensing. And if you're constantly engaging and tensing your pelvic muscles as well, is also not good, because you might experience them leaking more often, because, for example, in the night maybe, because you are not emptying your bladder correctly, because you are tensing too much when you are on the toilet. Tensing, but maybe when you fall asleep in the night, this is when your muscles actually relax, and then the leakage can happen. You see what happens? As I mentioned in my previous videos, and if you want to check out, here it is another video about what kind of exercises you can do when you have a prolapse. What you have to do is to learn to relax your pelvic muscles. And there are some good positions that you can try, some good exercises. These are more like just positions, and you can get into during the day for a couple of minutes or a few times a day. It's worth it, because it will help you to understand your pelvic muscles. You feel them relaxing as well, because we all know how to contract the pelvic muscles, the four side of the pelvic muscles, front and back and sides, when it's kind of like this feeling, but we don't want to stuck in this position, in this feeling of the contraction, like everything is coming up. We want to learn to relax it. Without the relaxation, it's not gonna function well when you're doing this type of exercises. The two has to come together. Relax, contract, relax, contract, relax. Both of them has to function. If just the contraction functions, it's not gonna work out either. So let's get into these positions. Maybe 2 pillows. If you have 2 pillows or 1 yoga block, that also helps. You're gonna have to put this under your hips now. So I'm just going down on sideways to not to damage further my pelvic floor or your diastasis rectum, and actually I put this under my hips. So it's completely under my hips, if you can see, and my hips is being lifted right now. Now I don't want you to do anything else. Don't clench your glutes. The point is not to clench in any other muscles, just learning the relaxation phase. If you want, you can try to contract your muscles of the pelvic floor once inside. Feel that contraction, and now release it and keep the relaxation phase. If you want, you can also open your legs to feel it even more. And just relax and take a couple of deep breaths in this position, and deep exhale and long exhales, deep breath through the nose and a long exhale. But don't contract this time any of the muscles. Just keep the hips up for a few minutes and practice deep inhale and exhale during your day to learn to relax these muscles. And don't contract anything, just try to relax in this position. Put on some nice music for yourself, because the point is now to learn. Don't lift your glutes either. Just stay like this without doing anything. And then just completely feel like you are letting it go. in this pelvic area. You're just completely letting it go. You're relaxing it. You're not, don't tense, don't clench the glutes, don't tense, nothing anywhere here. Just let it be. Keep it up. This position can help you to relax your pelvic floor muscles, and take a couple of deep breaths. You can also practice some mindfulness in this position to make sure that you completely let everything go and you're relaxing. You are not tensing any muscles, you are not contracting any muscles, just taking deep inhales and exhales and enjoying the relaxation time of the hips up time, in which the pelvic organs can actually go a little bit backwards because they are lifted up. And when it is lifted up, it can go a little bit back, just like gravity. When you go back and you're standing up again, then they are pulling down again. So with this hip up position, you can not just learn to relax them, but you can also help them to navigate back into their position where they have to be. Just enjoy and take a couple of deep breaths and let the pelvic floor muscles relax and the pelvic organs to go back into their position. Another position that you can try is the legs up on the wall. If you want, you can keep the pillows under your hip, but if you want, you can actually take them out and have the yoga pose of the legs up the wall. This will also allow your pelvic organs to actually slip back to their position, because your legs are up and gravity is just actually the opposite way, is working the opposite way now. So instead of dragging down, is kind of pushing them back, or let them flow back into their position, into their original position where they should be. So this is also a great way to just let your pelvic muscles relax and actually let those organs slip back into their original position. You can also try this one, the legs up the wall, next to the wall actually, and just put your literally your legs up the wall. You can also go closer to it and just stay like this for a couple of minutes in a day if you want. So you can go closer to the wall and keep your legs up and stay like this for a couple of minutes. If you want, you can also add the pillow while you are keeping your legs up. These are very helpful to navigate and help your pelvic organs go back to their original position where they should be, because it's the opposite of the gravity. So the gravity is not dragging us down like when we are standing up now, but takes a turn around and it actually helps them to go back to their original position, as I said. These positions are also great if you do not know how to relax your pelvic muscles, because these will just help you to do that as well. So if you have problem with the kegels and because you are unable to relax yourself, try these positions. In this, you will be able to learn to relax your pelvic muscles. Drop me a comment if this was useful or if you have any questions.